Hey everybody, welcome to this week's weekly roundup. I think we're at 26 now. Also have a pretty nice collection update as well. Finally getting a chance to get quite a few CDs and got a couple of records. I had 3 records in my hand, but I kept grabbing more and more CDs, so I ended up putting one of the records back. But let's go ahead and get into the new additions first. Into the records first. The first one is Phylogenesis by Abysmal Dawn. And this is not sure what album for them. I haven't listened to them much, but I do know they are death metal, and there's a look at the inside. Front cover again. There's the back cover. See what the vinyl looks like. Vinyl is a solid black. I don't see a year on this. Unless maybe it's in the inside somewhere. I don't see a year on this. But finally getting some of these guys in the collection now. Another first in the collection. This is Warning Blast by Siege of Power. And this is from 2018. It's on Metal Blade Records. If you like tech death metal like Asphyx or Pestilence, this is a band that you'll probably be into. And I don't have my trusty knife with me, so use my key to open this shrink wrap. Since I can find a good place to do it at. Trying not to damage the cover here. And that coughing you hear in the background is Daisy, our 13-year-old pit mix, who has a bad habit of chewing on her paws and therefore getting a lot of fur down in her throat and all that kind of good stuff. So there's the back. Again, the front. And there's the vinyl. This Abysmal Dawn is on Season of Mist. In case I didn't say that before, which I don't think I did. Alright, let's get to the CDs. There are a bunch of them. Let's see, we're starting up with whatever comes up first. The Death album by Death Clock. This, let's see, does this have the... Looking to see if it had the Duncan Hills jingle. It does not. So if you're not familiar with Death Clock, they are essentially the fictional band from Metalocalypse, an Adult Swim cartoon show about a death metal band. And I can't really see a year on this. I wonder if it's on here anywhere. I'm guessing early 2000s. Found a lot of like death metal and extreme metal stuff I wasn't expecting to find. Goat Horde, Carving Out the Eyes of God. This came out in 2000, looks like 9. Metal Blade Records. These guys are a U.S. blackened death metal band. I believe they're out of New Orleans. So finally get something from them. More death metal. Pleiades Dust from Gorguts. I'm not quite sure. This is also on Seasons of Mist. I don't really see a year anywhere on here. Death metal band that I can never remember where they're from. And to some black metal band with Abath, also on the Seasons of Mist label. These CDs, just about all of them rang up cheaper than what they were, and they were already cheap to begin with. Dio's Locked Up the Wolves, this is from 1990, I believe. So now the only album I'm missing from Dio is going to be Strange Highways. I have now 2 on CD and most except for this one in Strange Highways on vinyl. I already had this on vinyl, but might as well get it on CD as well. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Arch Enemy, Will to Power, which I'm pretty sure was their first one with Alyssa White Glues, or Gluz, or however you pronounce it. Swedish melodic death metal. Also bought some CDs for my son as well. Kind of helped booster his little collection of. These next couple are for my wife, Beck Odelay and Mutations. We already have Odelay on vinyl, but I thought I'd get her a CD copy too. This Back in Black is for my son. Pump, also for my son. This one is not. Individual Thought Patterns from Death. Finally getting some Death on CD. Have everything on vinyl, as far as the studio albums are concerned. What else we got here? Metallica, S&M. A live album I absolutely love. I think that was the... Well, I was going to say something dumb and not true. Actually, yeah. It's the last thing that Newstead was on. Another favorite live album for me, Kiss Unplugged. 93-ish, I think. And then we... Did it buy? Okay, well, apparently I bought 2 of the Beck album that I didn't realize I did. So now I gotta figure out something to do with that. There's some Lamb of God with Wrath from 2009. Little AC/DC Live. This is from their Razor's Edge tour. They have there's another version of this that's a double CD. The only thing I really don't like about this and the double CD is there's fading in and out of the tracks because they didn't merge like the crowd noise to make it seem like one concert, which is the way I like to hear live albums. But nonetheless, it's a pretty decent live album. And then last but not least, Aerosmith, Big Ones. Like generally say, I'm not a big fan of comps, but this one does have Walk on Water and Deuces Are Wild, which were new tracks. They weren't on any of the studio albums, so that's the reason I ended up buying this one, strictly really for those 2 songs. But I mean, it's got Love in an Elevator, Ragdolls, What It Takes, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Janie's Got a Gun, Crying, Amazing, Blind Man, Other Side, Crazy, Eat the Rich, Angel, Living on the Edge. So basically stuff from Permanent Vacation all the way up to Get a Grip. So they're you know, the 3 album period there, plus the 2 new songs. And let's see. Now let's get into what I was actually listening to. Did a lot of streaming, just because I was kind of starting to run into listening to the same stuff on CD. I did listen to the new Accuser, Rebirthless. That's a great album. New band called Nefarious. They got an album out called Addicted to Power. They're kind of a thrash groove band, like an all-star band. You can look them up. I'm pretty sure Phil Dimmel is in it. I think, or I know Kate DePena of Hyrax is in it, and I can't remember everybody else that's in it. But those are a couple of things I streamed as well. But here's the stuff I actually did listen to. That's physical. Armed to the Teeth by Stryker, Canadian, kind of traditional wave, new traditional wave of metal. Pretty good band. This one that I got from Chris Voland a while back. Forest of Impaled, Rise and Conquer. These guys are kind of like a epic death metal band, if that kind of makes any sense. Testament, The Ritual, the last album they did with the original lineup. Now, the picture on the in here only shows 4 of the 5 guys, so I'm going to look at this real quick and see if there was anybody from the original lineup that actually wasn't on this. I don't know if maybe somebody had quit prior to its release. Well, shows all 5 of these other pictures, so and I didn't open it up all the way, so yeah, okay, all 5 are there. Yeah, all the original members on that album, and it'd be the last album without to feature Alex Skolnick until he came back for the reunion and then Formation of Damnation album in 2008. Alright, some Death Doom here from Sweden, Beyond the Cenotaph of Mankind by Rune Magic. This is, as far as I know, their most recent album, coming out, and I think it was 23. Or maybe 24. Nope, 23. Good stuff there. Good old Pyromania from Def Leppard. And then some industrial metal. Shadow of Doubt from Screw on Metal Blade. Good stuff there. To the records, a good bit of these are stuff that my son picked out, and then I picked a couple, and then my wife had also picked one. So my wife picked this one, AC/DC Back in Black. My son picked Kiss Destroyer. He picked a different Motorhead album, but I wanted to hear this one instead, Snakebite Love. The one he picked we just recently listened to. A band he recently got into, Sabaton, The War to End All Wars, which is from 2022. Saw them open for Judas Priest in 21. Speaking of Judas Priest, another one he picked out, British Steel. And then he picked out some Metallica, Ride the Lightning. I picked Testament, New Order. Fantastic album. I also picked this Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. Not a great album from them, but it does have a few really good songs on it. I mean, the first 3, you got to Be Quick or Be Dead, From Here to Eternity, Afraid to Shoot Strangers is really good songs. Fugitive is alright. And Fear of the Dark's really good song. Overall, I think the album's probably a 6 out of 10. Another pick from me, Typo Negative, Life is Killing Me. With the bonus tracks, it's got Out of the Fire, Suspended in Dust, Blood and Fire, Cinnamon Girl, and then Black Sabbath and Haunted. So a 3-disc set right there. Another one that my son picked, Metallica and Justice for All. So as you can see, my son has really good taste in music. He's also learning to play the guitar, and he goes to this like career center type area for one of his classes, for an engineering class that he has, and he has a his teacher is like a huge Kiss fan. My son sent me a picture yesterday of him holding a Gene Simmons replica Axe bass, and then sent me today some, I guess his teacher's collection of Kiss like trading cards and stuff like that. So I told him that that's my favorite of your teachers. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care of each other, and God bless.